Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q. We're working with today is like, what is synchronicity? What's deja vu? Which precognition? And what else is showing up in your field? So today I had a neat new friend. I met a new friend at a coffee shop, and we got to connect on deeper ways of being. It was super fun. And then I started noticing with synchronicity is sometimes when we start thinking about something, is that like, for example, I had an energy called Skanawa, and that was back in 2015. And then back in maybe 2018, I heard the word Skanawa, and I had never heard anybody else say that. So these synchronicities are kind of fun and pretty amazing, and it brings me a lot of joy to have more synchronicities. And there's been so many synchronicities in my life, and my friends said, "Well, I think you should write a book because you got all these like connections, all these things are like you're connecting the dots." And so I'm like, well, I never thought about that. So even with the automatic writing that I did back in 2008, all of these synchronicities are still kind of churning and moving with some of these written pieces. And now, like tomorrow, as it's another synchronicity, is I'll be for the first time reciting some of my automatic written pieces, and I'm super excited to do that. But everything is happening in kind of a non-linear way of what we call time. I always say time is Iman, it's the eternal moment and now. And now all of a sudden I'm like going, hey, I think I want to share some of my automatic writing pieces. And some people might say, oh, well, you're just, you're just like writing stuff down, or maybe it's poetry or something. But it's not that. It's just this energy that comes through that's so succinct and so amazing and so wise. And so there's such a breath of life with these beautiful pieces. And so I'm excited for the first time to actually start reciting some of the automatic writing pieces. So going back to my coffee talk with a friend, is I just started noticing the more that we were talking, is I was beginning to really start connecting the dots on some of the stories from beginning maybe back in 2008 to now to 2023. And it's so fun because like we've had all these experiences. We don't want to really focus on the past. However, the past, the present, and the future are kind of all together. Everything is like moving succinctly and more beautifully in a way that it's different, because before you think, well, this is the past, this is the present, we don't know what the future is coming, but maybe the future is already here. Synchronicities for me could simply be some kind of curiosity about some tendencies with family. It could be some tendencies related to, I don't know, like creating stuff, like creating and being more miraculous with some of your creative pursuits. And a lot of the pursuits that I do is like the QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique. And even earlier today, I was going to do a QHHT piece, and then that synchronicity came in through dragons, the dragon energy. And so all of these energies that I'm working with, as above, so below, and everything else, is that we're working with these powerful states of synchronicity. And once you start kind of like, it's kind of like kind of going from one place to one place, going in all different directions, we start finding that guidance, whether it's in the future or if it's been in the past, or was it in a past life or a future life. So we're working with all of these beautiful synchronicities. And what I really feel for myself now, especially since I've been really doing more of the automatic writing and sharing it with others, and then also acknowledging the synchronicities in my life related to my Akashic records. And so it's been a process. Like sometimes you're like thinking, I know exactly what's going on in my life and in my field, and then you're like going, I don't know what's happening. But now I'm kind of rising into what is the Akashic records, and could some of these stories or the automatic written pieces or some of the stories of my life are possibly, and I do feel that they are part of my Akashic records. So synchronicities show up so divinely and so wonderful. And I still have this sweet memory of a friend who died, and then it was around her birthday. I think it was her birthday after she had passed, and I wanted to kind of connect with her. And this was another synchronicity. Is it was back in, I was like a 5G. It was like these like early iPhones, and I wanted to I don't know, I missed her. I wanted to hear her voice. I wanted to have a connection with her. And so I decided to just go ahead and I was going, I was still working as a broker, but then I would, just park someplace and I just wanted to open up my phone to see if there was any emails for me or any messages or anything. And then what I did was I went to my email and right there was her name. It was Susan. It was Susan. It was from Susan and she's my friend who passed. And that was a great synchronicity because it was her birthday. And I was so like, I missed her. I missed her voice. I missed, she was a great cook. She was like, she was like a gourmet cook, and I'm totally not. But that synchronicity showed up so divinely and so beautifully. And when I looked at the email, because think about it, like that would have been over a year ago, probably would have been about maybe 14 or 15 months after that email. And when I opened up that iPhone, that it was there, so it was like kind of amazing. Like, why did that happen? And what a synchronicity that was. And so I just looked at the subject and it was Amazing Grace. And then she put some sweet notes to me on the email, and it was about Amazing Grace, and it was a different variation of Amazing Grace, but that's really what that energy was. So synchronicity is always happening for all of us, and sometimes we've just got to connect the dots, connect the dots, connect the dots, and just start noticing that whatever you're seeking in your field, whether it be synchronicity or precognition or deja vu, these experiences are powerful, amazing, and are helping people have a better way of understanding their experiences on this beautiful earthly school. So I think that's it. I had a lot of cappuccino with my new friend, so I feel very invigorated with caffeine. Anyway, so I think that's it for now. Think about the synchronicities in your life. Think about what deja vu is for you, and think about precognition, and all of these things come together and really start connecting the dots of your beautiful beautiful life. So have a great day and namaste.